Hey everyone, welcome to the yellow room again. Today I didn't get, sorry, my shoulder's really sore. Alright, so today, basically, all I did was work. Finally my inventory for Pretty DNA came. I don't have a place to reside right now because the apartment's getting renovated and they're still doing it. They put in the countertops today and I heard that the flooring is going on, so hopefully I could get in there before the month ends. I don't have a warehouse here, so I had to bring all the inventory from like the mailbox pickup place to my boyfriend's house because Pretty DNA is still operating and orders still keep coming in. So we have to like get the orders ready like temporarily at my boyfriend's place and then we have to send it out. So basically what we did was we made multiple trips back and forth to where the mail is collected and we got all the inventory boxes. I kind of screwed up with listing all the details of like what model is where and like what color is where. So at first we opened up all the boxes and I was just rummaging through trying to get the ordered pieces out, and then we figured that we have too much inventory. So basically we started like unpacking everything and that became really overwhelming. And right now it's like almost hitting 10 o'clock, I think. And it just ended right now, so I just feel super exhausted and my shoulders really hurt. But most of the orders went out today. There's a couple that didn't go out, but they're going to be sent out tomorrow. Here's a very interesting story. If you guys are really interested in how the brain works or like consciousness or whatnot, memory, how like things work. You know, people have different beliefs of how the mind works, how the brain works, but memory is actually never accurate of that reality that you were in. It's not like an accurate snapshot of the moment. That's kind of, one of the reasons why I'm vlogging, because I can remember January 18th as like a very glorious day, but in reality, like if I didn't log this today, the memory keeps on getting modified every time you try to look into that memory again. So I was talking about this memory thing with my boyfriend and he was like, that's why you're vlogging. He was like, I think that's like a really good idea because what you remember later on is not really what happened because your memory keeps on getting modified. So in connection to that story, the reason why we were talking about that is this story kind of has like a background. So let me just go back to the history of all this. So I was always obsessed with plushies and animals since I was a kid, and I had a couple of plushies that I really loved, and if you look at all my childhood pictures, I'm always with them, and there were three main plushies that I really loved. One was Goopy, which I had since I was 2 years old. It was this bunny that had like jelly bean like long eyes and a velvet nose, and it was just tattered, literally tattered. Like even as a kid, I would always look at Goopy and be like, oh my god, when is she going to fall apart, because she's just like literally so tattered and gray. But I loved her so much, and she was a bunny rabbit. And then I had Swanee, which was actually a gray goose, but I didn't know it was a goose back then, so I thought it was a swan, a gray swan. And then the last one was the white bear called Snow Bear. And I remember, and I know this memory is modified and different from what really happened, but I used to do figure skating when I was little. And I was at the rink, and this was when I was in North Carolina. And I remember looking up at the gift store, and there was like this gift store that was on the second floor, and they had this window display, so when you're skating, if you look up, you could actually see like the display. And there was this white bear with a red vest just sitting there, and it was so fluffy and big and pretty. I just literally stood there and I was like, Mom, I want that. And I know that sounds spoiled, but my mom usually didn't buy me a lot of stuff when I was a kid. But for some reason, my mom was in a very good mood that day. So she was like, okay, I'll buy you that bear. And I got that bear. And I remember on the tag it said Snow Bear, made in Korea. And that's all I remember of that bear. But if you look at my kid pictures, me and my brother just obsessed about this bear. Like, we had it everywhere. And I carried him, Goopy, and Swanee around until I was like in high school. And then in high school, when I was decided to go to America, I left everything behind and I just went with a backpack. And I was expecting my mom to take good care of my plushies, but when I came back, my mom and dad had already moved the house and none of my plushies had survived. Now what happened to them is unsure, because my mom said that she gave it away to these kids, and then once she said she donated it to an orphanage, which I don't really believe, and then the other time she said she threw them away. But the thing is, my mom had brain tumor and she had brain surgery, so if she doesn't want to answer something, she simply says, I don't remember. And you can't blame her because a chunk of her brain was taken out. But I think she tries to avoid the issue of my plushies because she probably threw them away. So I was so traumatized and I was so sad about Snow Bear, Goopy, and Swanee. I started doing a search for Snow Bear since 2007 or late 2006, I think. And I just couldn't find him. I didn't know the manufacturer, or I didn't know where to find him. But finally, the other day, I found him. And I figured out that he was this mascot of this disappeared department store that was in Virginia. So I found him on Etsy and I was like, oh my god, that's Snow Bear! And I bought it and he came today. But the thing is, when I look at him, I remember him as so big. And I was kind of shocked at how small he is. And that's why I was talking about modified memories and how memories, you get fond and you get attached to a memory, but in reality, that's not what really happened. It's like your mind keeps on revising that memory. So when you have to deal with reality, when something like Snow Bear, when in reality he comes, there's this huge confusion because your modified version and reality really doesn't match. But anyways, my whole point of this story is Snow Bear came. He's smaller than what I remembered him as. I remembered him as really big, but he's not really that big. But Snow Bear came, so ta-da! This is how Snow Bear looks like. Hello! Look at him. Oh, so cute. Hi! And I got him for $15. Yay! 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 I'm so happy I got him. Isn't he really cute? I remember my Snow Bear as my mom put him in the laundry, and then these plushies, they're not supposed to get heat on them because the fur actually kind of curls up and it becomes like carpet. But my mom put him in the dryer, and I remember him being carpet, but I really loved him to death. And he's not my real Snow Bear, but it's okay because I'll love him as I loved my little Snow Bear. So yay! I just wanted to tell you guys that Snow Bear came and introduce you guys to Snow Bear. Hello! And just talk about memory. Just something to think about. Maybe that's why you guys should all vlog. Alright, so with the question regarding yesterday, I asked you guys if you guys had a good vlog series name, and I actually liked all of the suggestions that you guys gave me, catalog. I thought that was really brilliant. That's very creative. And then another vlog. So I'm going to try to think it over a little bit, and maybe tomorrow or so I'll just edit all the video titles to appropriate given name. The ones that I don't use, if I decide to vlog more than a year, then I'll switch names yearly or so, just so you guys don't get confused. Anyways, alright, so that was about it. I'm sorry I didn't videotape our activities because it was just it's just pure labor. There's really nothing fun going on. Alright, I'll see you guys in my tomorrow vlog. And for those of you who read my blog, you probably noticed that I didn't post for 2 days. And that's really stressing me out because I promised that I was going to write 365 blog posts. Wait, is it a leap year? Or 366 or so? But I missed 2 blog posts, so I'm really hating myself. And I'm going to go and start writing my blog. Alright, so thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.